Hey yo, word up. It's your man KGN, KG Money. Hope y'all good. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. And today, man, we're gonna talk about it. Sure y'all done heard the word, the it factor. You know, when somebody does something right, you be like, yo, that's it. You know? Or you yourself, you're doing something, you know, you're trying to get it right. Once you get it right, you're like, yeah, this is it. Because once it's perfect, you're like, yeah, this is it. You know that. So that's the it that we're talking about. You know, I'm sure you don't came across people, and you're like, yo, that nigga got an it factor. You know, this guy. You know, there's something about that dude. There's something about that girl. Something about, you know. So that's what we're talking about. It. You know, your it. You know, your it is what defines you. Your it is your heart, your soul. Your it is your source. So if you can connect to your source, because most of the time, if we pay attention, our heart, you know, it leads us in the right place, in the right places. It gives us the direction that we need. But most of the times, most of us are not connected. So we make wrong decisions. We follow the crowd, and you know, and all that. If you can discover your it, then you're on the right path. It's up from there. Because your it is what is gonna give you that fulfillment. If your it is gonna be impactful. It's gonna change lives. It's gonna change your life, and it's gonna change other people's lives. You know, you're gonna make impact in the world because you're operating in your it. Once you do something, I'm gonna be like, man, that's that shit. That's that nigga. And you know, as we do here, you know, we over here, we coming from a hip hop perspective. Hip hop is the soul, it's the roots. So we're gonna use the hip hop. You know, we're gonna talk about rappers. You know, I'm sure you don't met some rappers. You know, everybody that's into hip hop, I'm sure you don't met some rappers maybe in your neighborhood or shit like that. You don't heard them, you're like, yo, this dude is dope. But he just in the neighborhood. He ain't blown up. That's because he ain't got that it. That rap thing, that's not the it for him. Or he's got the it, he ain't got a hustle. You know, because once you discover your it, you know, it's gonna be hard to get away from it. Because your it is gonna be your bread and butter. You know, so like I said, you heard that rapper, you're like, yo, he's dope. But I ain't feeling that dude. Because what he's doing is not congruent with his attitude, with his persona. So he's dope, but there's no congruency. So that's why you might be like, okay, that dude is cool, but nah. So now we're gonna talk about rappers. Let's look at Rakim. Once you hear Rakim and you see him, you see his persona, everything is rhymes together, everything is congruent. You're like, oh, that must be him. Once you hear him on wax, you hear him speak, and you see how he moves, you be like, oh, very believable. So he's in his it, and as you can see, Rakim got him. See the way he puts it down. Even though he's just cool about it. But yeah, Rakim. Look at Nas. Same thing. Young guy. Then we got people like Jay-Z. I wouldn't say Jay-Z's got MC. I would say Jay-Z's nice. But you know, some people consider him the greatest of all time. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But the thing is, he's in his it. He's got business acumen. So he brings that business acumen into hip hop. So even though, because if you're in it, you don't have to be the best. You just have to do your best. So now look at Jay-Z. He's not the greatest rapper to me. You know, he's, like I said, he's nice. Now we're talking about rap skills. We're talking about, you know, everything, put together, even his content, I'll be like, he's nice. You know, even when we're talking about greatness, like impact, you know, Tupac has more impact, even though Tupac been dead. You know, Biggie has more impact. 50 Cent has more impact. Lil Wayne has more impact. Snoop has more impact. He has more impact. I'm talking about just impact. I'm not talking about income now. You know, Eminem has more impact. Okay, no, the list continues. We got rappers that's got DMX has more impact. We've got rappers that's got more impact than Jay-Z. But Jay-Z has been able, you know, his business acumen, his business savvy, his hustler mentality has kept him at the top for a long period of time. So his business savvy is his it. Combining that with hip hop, the most powerful force in the world, billionaire. You know, but now when we talk about it, we talk about Ra, we talk about Nas, we talk about Method Man, we talk about ODB. You know, because these dudes, once you hear them, you hear them on the record, you see their attitude, you be like, yo, you dig? So they got an it in that aspect. You know, and your it can be in multiple places. We got Will Smith, and as a rapper, he did his thing. You know, when we're talking about rap skills, Will Smith and Jay-Z, like, I put them on the same level. You know, when we talk about just rap skills, Will Smith, Jay-Z, for me, they're on the same level. That's me, but it's objective at the same time, because now I'm looking at it objectively. I'm not looking, but you know, music is subjective. But rap skills, we know what rap skills is. So Jay-Z is better than Will Smith when we're talking about content, because Jay-Z's got that hustler content. You know, shit that street niggas is gonna like. Will Smith doesn't have that street edge to him. But when we're talking about just rap skills, for me, they're on the same level. So now, but Will Smith now as a rapper, he did his thing. First rapper to get a Grammy. He has multiple hits. You know, even though the Grammy, I think, is because, you know, Grammy wasn't fucking with hip hop. Then the hip hop started getting so big, so they wanted to fuck with hip hop. So they're like, oh, who we gonna give the Grammys to? We're gonna give that clean cut kid, that kid that ain't got a rough edge, that kid that doesn't curse, that doesn't swear on records. So Will Smith, and he got that song too. That song was a hit. Parents just don't understand. That song is relatable on all levels. So he got a Grammy, right? Then switching to movies, you know, top tier. So you see, it's it. Even though it's entertainment, but you know, movie, because not everybody can do that. You know, like I said, we got people like Nas, people like Rakim. That's their it. But in movies, they're not good actors. So now you can hit your it in multiple spaces. And for you to get to your it, you got to be, you know, you got to look into yourself. You got to know yourself. Being in your it is you knowing yourself. Being introspective, you know, it requires you making sacrifices. Sacrifice has to be made. You got to have vision. You know, the principles of success, the requirements for success is also similar to the requirements for you being your it. Because your it has nothing to do with celebrity. I'm just using celebrities because those are general examples that we all know about. You know, even at the workplace, in everyday regular life, you know, you see people at the workplace, you see people doing their jobs, you be like, oh shit, that nigga. Because they're in their it. So you can be a maid, you can be a garbage man, you can be a truck driver, you can be a teacher, microbiologist, accountant, whatever. If it's your it, it's your it. So, cause if you're operating in your it, you're gonna be successful. You're gonna attract admiration. You're gonna excel. You're gonna make impact in people's lives. You did. If you look at the movie The Butler, he's a butler. There's been butlers, even though he was a butler in the White House. But there's butlers. But because he's in his it, he's a butler. But because he's in his it, a movie was made about his life. Look at what's his name? Is it Jeff in Fresh Prince? He's a butler, but he became a family member because he was in his it. That butler job, that's his it. So even if you're a teacher, if you're a garbage man, you're going to excel because that's your it. Because you're operating in your it. So your it is your it. You just have to find your it. You know, don't just get a job. Don't just be there just trying to make a living. Yeah, you're going to make a living, but you know, operating in your it is going to give you fulfillment. Because we all got gifts. We all got talent that we have to share with the world. It's our duty to share our gifts with the world. So you got to know what your gift is. You got to know what your purpose is. Because your purpose, that's your it. So once you know that, you got to operate in it. Because your it attracts. Because once you're in your it, you're going to attract positive and negative people. The right people, they're going to come to you. But at the same time, the wrong people, they're going to come. Because something is got to throw you off balance. Because there's always that angel and the devil on your shoulder. So it's for you now to filter, to know who to keep and who to discharge. You can be in your it and you can be thrown off balance because if you feed your distractions, you know, it's gonna be fucked up. You know, I was watching Secrets of Playboy. You know, there was this girl and her name is like Dorothy. Is it Dorothy something? You know, she was the it. She came. She's beautiful. She's attractive. She got this persona. Everybody likes her. Everybody's like, yo, this girl, she's gonna be the shit. She's gonna be the biggest playmate ever. Hollywood was embracing her. She was gonna be in movies. But you know, her path, she had to go through the Playboy mansion. She got a boyfriend that's a pimp. Now she's at the Playboy. You know, when she come to the Playboy mansion, you got to go through the Don Hill, Hef. You got to go through him. So you know, Playboy mansion. You know, Secrets of Playboy. You know, they talk about drugs and all that. You know, they don't. You know, she got sodomized by Hef. Damn. Like she got. You know, she's 19. She's like 19, 20. This dude is like 80 or something. Imagine a 20-year-old girl or a 19-year-old girl, whatever, being sodomized by an old man. That shit's gonna fuck her up mentally. It's gonna fuck with her mind. You know, coupled with the drugs and the whole shenanigans. You know, and then she got a boyfriend who's, you know, she fucked her up, man. So she wasn't acting right or whatever. You know, her boyfriend ended up shooting her in the face, shot her in the face with a 12 gauge, then shot himself. That was the end of her. But she was, you know, she got an it. She was gonna be there, but it didn't happen. So that's an example. Another example, I don't know. There's a movie, the Goat, or there's a dude called Earl Manigault. The movie is they call him Earl the Goat Manigault, a dope basketballer, but he never made it to the NBA. But imagine, he never made it to the NBA, but a movie was shot about his life. That's to show how great he is, how great he is. That's to show, because imagine he never made it to the NBA, so why should we care? But because this dude, he was so good. You know, he hadn't made it to the NBA, but they're already calling him the GOAT. But you know, but there was drugs. He's from the hood. There's drugs. He couldn't get. He couldn't shake the drugs, man. He tried. You know, he got, like I said, your eat. You being the eat factor is gonna attract people to your life. People that's gonna help you and people that's gonna try to bring you down. But in his case, man, it just didn't work. But good thing is he didn't lose his life. So he was still able to have a foundation in the hood and help neighborhood kids. But he didn't, his it didn't happen. Because by the time he shook the drugs, by the time he recovered, going to rehab and all that, it was already too late for the NBA. And he didn't even have it like that anymore. So yeah, so now you guys to shake your distractions, man. You don't feed your distractions because you're trying to walk in your it. So your it requires introspection, vision, sacrifice, discipline, dedication, determination, and all that. Just like success, because you working in your it, or you walking in your it is gonna bring success. You know, like I said, some rappers, they got hits, but they ain't got the it. But then, you know, because that's why you see they got like 1 or 2 years and you don't hear about them anymore. Because it's just hit. Because look at the hit. You're hitting the nail. You consolidating. So by the time you hit it and it clicks, you don't need to hit it anymore because you don't click. So that's the it. So now it's solidified. So that's the difference between hit and it. You dig? That's it. Now I don't give rapper examples. Now let's talk about producers. Look at Pharrell. Once you hear that Neptune's beat, you see Pharrell, his persona and everything, his looks, everything is congruent. You're like, yeah, that's that. That's that. That's it. You see Timberland, you see his beats, you hear his beats, you see him, everything. You're like, yeah. You see the same with Swiss Beats. You're like, now we got all that dope producers. We got Dr. Dre, but now we're talking about, you know, those niggas, Pharrell, Swiss, Timbo, because we got track masters. You know, they did a lot in the game, but you don't even know them. There's no face to that name, but they made impact. They had so many hits. But that's just the producer example. Point is, you got to find it, research it, question it, regurgitate, explore it, then execute. That's it. Then you kill it. Kill it. Spill it. You dig? So your it is your it. Walk in it. Because once you're in your it, it's up and it's stuck. Because you don't find your it, you're never going back. Because if you're experiencing roller coasters in life, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, you know. Life itself is a roller coaster, but once you're in your it, it's roller coaster, but there's no going down for you. You up there. It's up and it's stuck. So you got to find your it. Because most people don't get to their it. Most people don't get to their it. But it's okay. It's got to be balanced. It's just life. But you hearing this, because not everybody's going to hear this. But once you hear this, look into yourself, man, and find your it. Make it happen. And it's on and popping. Yeah. So thank y'all for rocking, man. Gonna see y'all later. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and peace.